Kirby Facts. Hello friends and welcome to another quick MarioMayhem.com video. Today we are taking a closer look at our favourite pink ability copying Puff. Making his debut in 1992 on the Game Boy, Kirby has gone on to become one of Nintendo's most iconic characters and has starred in 24 of his own games. Let's not forget that he has been a Smash Bros staple since day one too. So sit back, prepare for cuteness, and let's go as we explore 6 epic Kirby facts. Number 6. Over the lifetime of the Kirby series, there have been games that have started development but then were abandoned. One of these titles is Kirby Tilt and Tumble 2, which would have been the sequel to the first game and was even announced at the Nintendo Space World 2001. Despite being a GameCube title, the game was set to use a Game Boy Advance controller via a link cable and a special game cartridge that had motion sensors. This would allow the player to control Kirby by tilting the handheld in the direction you wanted to roll. In 2002, however, development for the game changed. Kirby was removed and the title became Roll-O-Rama, which eventually was cancelled too. In fact, over an 11-year gap between home console releases after the Crystal Shards on the 64, there were 3 Kirby games that were being developed but never were released. These have now become known as the 3 Lost Kirby Games. The first of these 3 Lost games was a 3D platformer, unofficially named Kirby GCN, or sometimes Kirby Adventure. This game was even shown at E3 and would have seen 4-person simultaneous gameplay if it all worked out. The second game was a more challenging experiment which put Kirby in a 3D space and allowed players to freely move around. The third game was an animated 2D pop-up book styled game which would have supposedly renewed and powered up the copy abilities. Apparently all 3 of these Lost Kirby games didn't meet the quality standards of Nintendo, which led to them being scrapped. Number 5. Even though Kirby can pack a mean punch in Smash Bros, I'm not sure I'd exactly describe him as being tough. This happens to be what Nintendo America thinks a Western audience wants out of a floating pink Puff though. If you compare the Japanese box art to the American releases, it becomes evident that Kirby is a lot angrier in the West. During an interview with GameSpot, director of Kirby Triple Deluxe, Shinya Kumazaki, revealed that all of this comes down to regional marketing. He went on to say that in Japan, the most powerful image of Kirby is that cute image. We think that's the one that appeals to the widest audience. Kumazaki then added that he had heard from Nintendo of America, the strong, tough Kirby that's really battling hard is a more appealing sign of Kirby, so that's what we feature in the US. Number 4. A neat little insight to the origin of Kirby's name here at number 4. During an interview with the official Nintendo magazine, Shigeru Miyamoto confirmed that Kirby was named after John Kirby, an American lawyer who successfully defended Nintendo in the Universal City Studios v Nintendo case of 1984, when Nintendo was sued for a likeness between Donkey Kong and King Kong. Number 3. Back in 2012, Nintendo organised an event in Seattle at PAX Prime to attempt a Guinness World Record. As part of Kirby's 20th anniversary, they managed to assemble 536 Kirby fans to take on the world record for most people blowing bubblegum simultaneously. Since it was Kirby themed, Nintendo even gave out pink Kirby t-shirts and printed Kirby themed bubble blowing instructions to ensure the group would comply with the strict Guinness World Record rules. They did manage to beat the previous world record of 304 participants, however this world record has since been beaten again by Chopper Chops in Spain, where they managed to collect 737 people in 2014 to perform the feat. No Kirby though. Number 2. Kirby's design that we know and love today was originally only a placeholder character that was meant to be replaced. Po was originally planned as the protagonist to parallel DDD, and the series would have been called Twinkle Popo. Thankfully there were some issues making the in-game sprite work correctly, which led to then 19-year-old creator Masahiro Sakurai to grow more and more fond of his placeholder character that is now Kirby. Po never made it into any games himself, but he did make a cameo in Kirby's Dream Collection Celebration book, which describes the original ideas for Kirby's Dream Land in which Po would have starred. Number 1. There was some debate at Nintendo as to what colour Kirby would actually be, especially since he debuted on the Game Boy. Miyamoto originally wanted Kirby to be yellow, while Sakurai was a fan of Kirby being pink. Obviously Sakurai got his way in the end, but Miyamoto's input wasn't forgotten either. Often when there is a second Kirby playing in games like Smash Bros or Kirby Air Ride, the default colour given for the second player is usually yellow. This colour choice indecision is most apparent on the box art of the debut classic Kirby's Dream Land. When this game was released, the colour choice still wasn't made, so Nintendo's art department made him white to work with the grayscale graphics of the Game Boy to play it safe.
Still looks black and white to me.
Previously on Mario Mayhem. If you could replace the wooden sword from The Legend of Zelda with anything else, what would it be? Thanks to all of you for your amazing comments on the last video. They are getting crazier and crazier, which is great to see. I wish I could fit more in, but here are a few honourable mentions from our last question. And today the Luigi clap goes to Alex Fisher for this awesome comment. I hear Alex once inhaled a Kirby, copied his ability and caused a break in the space-time continuum, so that's pretty good as well as this comment. And today we'll leave you with the question, if you could give Kirby a new copy ability, what would it be? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and the best, most creative answer will be featured in one of our next videos. Don't be afraid to like other people's comments if you think they are good too. It's always nice to get a like. And that's it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed these 6 epic Kirby facts. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends, keep those comments and likes coming, and we will see you soon.